But when I joined Toastmaster, I was speaking in an environment which was not judging me.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of A Toast to the Master. This is brought to you by District 126 PR team, and I'm your host Deepika Goje. We are committed in having meaningful conversations with your favorite Toastmasters, and today our guest has a diverse portfolio. He's an athlete, he directs plays, and he's a data engineer, and he is current president for Miyapur Toastmasters Club. Hello, Toastmaster Alok. How are you doing?
Hello, Toastmaster Deepika. Yeah, I'm doing good and pretty excited to be part of this initiative.
Thank you for coming here, Alok. So, Alok, I recently heard that you have completed a 16K run. I'm sure this requires a lot of persistence, determination. So does learning a new skill, right? So, would you like to draw parallels between these two things for our audience?
Sure, Deepika. So there is a saying called it's a marathon, not a race, which typically implies that whatever you want to do shouldn't be, just require some few minutes of your attention. You can keep doing it. Eventually, you have to succeed. And usually, marathon is of 42 kilometers. What I ran was just 16. But the saying applies there as well. We had to finish it. There is no medal for going completing first, but there will be a medal for finishing it, because just finishing that is a big achievement. The same thing goes with the public speaking as well. You have to be into it. You have to be persistent, like you said. Uh, you have to always go an extra mile. So being that, I think it's more like a marathon and not a race, where you have to be in that kind of mindset where you should be ready. So it may happen that you spoke for a 2 minute 3 minute without thinking about it, like we do in table topic. But again, you may have to speak for 30 minutes as well. You may have to host a show. You have to host something else. You may have to interview your client. You have to introduce your client. You have to be anchor between your client and your company. So there are many possibilities. So like I said, it's a marathon. uh, it will keep going on, and there is no end to it. There is no end to being a good public speaker. You can always be a better public speaker.
Okay, Alok, I would like to add on to this question. So, how did Toastmaster help you with your professional goals?
I remember one incident back in 2019, before I was a Toastmaster. So in 2019, I shifted to a project that was running in agile methodology. Because of that, we had to interact with our client every day in daily stand-up call, and the client would know who is working, who is not. So they are intelligent. They know a fair good about their resources. Later, there was a meeting in which we were planning for the future deliverables, and I was stark silent. The client was asking. His name was Mayank Sargoche. He's a very good friend. Even I left the organization, but he's a good friend. So he was insisting upon me that, Alok, why are you not speaking? And the meeting was about the future planning, like what are the challenges we are going to face in the deliverables, how much time we will take to deliver it. He keep persisting on me, like, speak, you're not speaking. And that went on for months. He will point out, he will not say that I'm a bad resource, because he knew my work, but he would point out that I'm not speaking. And what he did, he will try to encourage me. At that time, I felt like, okay, this may be hampering my career. Right now, I just that time I had just 2 years of experience, but I feel like it cannot go on. So I knew about Toastmaster. I decided to join it. And after 1.5 year, there was a huge transformation. The one thing that I lacked was confidence. I knew the answer, but if I was not 100% sure, I would not go for it. I was so self-conscious that, oh, what if what I say is wrong? What will people think about me? What if my voice doesn't come out good? So there were lots of things going on in my head, and that was stopping me. But when I joined Toastmaster, I was speaking in an environment which was not judging me. which was, and I saw people like me as well who were struggling to speak. So that kind of gave me a sense of familiarity, a sense of being at home. And when I started speaking as a role player, as a table topic speaker, as a prepared speaker, my confidence grew. And you not believe it, Mayank actually takes credit for my improvement as a public speaker. But because he doesn't know that I joined Toastmaster as well. So he still believes that because he pushed me, I became good speaker, which is true because he pushed me, I joined Toastmaster. But the credit also goes to the Toastmaster.
So, Alok, you have been a Toastmaster for quite some time now, and there have been a lot of transition in Toastmasters, like going from offline to online and then back to offline. And I hope it stays offline for as long as it can. And did you find it challenging as a member or as a leader, excom member, etc., on taking up with this transition?
As a member, I would say I didn't find it challenging. When the pandemic hit, I was a Toastmaster for about 7 8 months. So I was quite accustomed to the offline meeting. But when the online meeting came and when I started joining it, it didn't feel very different because I was already used to the scrum calls that are held online. Because some people, like I said about Mayank, right? He sits in Germany. There are people who sits in Pune. There are other who sits in Bangalore. So it was always online meeting. So going to a Toastmaster as an online event didn't feel a lot. I didn't feel much. However, as a leader, it was challenging to convince people why Toastmaster is still important to their career, to their public speaking goals. But we managed it. We were able to bring a lot of people from different geographics. So that did help. We had people from out of India as well. That was possible because of this online. Now coming back to again on offline setup, I think it's again not challenging. And as a leader, I would say it's much easier because there are people who are willing to speak uh, on a real stage, and they want to avoid the online stage. So now convincing people to come join our meeting on offline is very easy. And that's the reason we started with a hybrid model. But after 2 3 meetings, we just did it because people, we are getting good crowd, so we don't need online at all now.
So, Alok, as a president of the club, how are you engaging your club members who are, like you said, there are the few people who are reluctant to come on to the, non-offline meeting stage. So, how are you engaging them and how are you motivating them to take up roles and take part in the meetings?
Okay. That's kind of a bigger question, isn't it? And if you know answer to it, our life will become very easy. But I am doing something that I believe might help. So first, I'll talk about something that I do as an ideal person. So that is being reliable, no matter what the situation is. If it is second and fourth of Sunday, we and it's 10 o'clock, we have to conduct the meeting. If it's raining, we may go online. If the weather is good, we can go there. If it's a bit raining, we can go there in car as well. But the meeting should happen on 10 o'clock. So that's the reliable part, because my members know that there will always be 2 meetings in a month, no matter what. And that kinds of brings a habit as well. They will be in a habit of attending a meeting. That does help. Now, second part is giving the opportunity to everybody, and not just about role, because role seats are open in the group and anybody can opt for it. Rather, when they go to the stage or when they are in the meeting room, we have to call them. We have to give them opportunity. For example, if I'm a team mod, I should also ask them questions, especially the new members and the guest. We do that a lot with the guest because they are our probable members. Also, as a TTM, we sometimes conduct twice so that everybody gets to speak. We interview people towards the end of the meeting. So our goal is to give them more and more opportunity, because people are coming to speak. even though they are not confident enough to speak, their end goal is to speak. Now, looking at it as a psychological perspective, I feel that people wants what they can't get. So what I do and what I advise my VP education to do is not to ask people individually. We ask in a group. Then we approach other groups as well, other forums where we can ask for role players. We have a group at a division level where we can ask for role players. Now, when our members see that roles are getting filled even without their help, they are more inclined to take up the roles. And that does changes because we want what we can't have. So I want to encourage. I'm doing it so that I want my members to be in a habit of taking the roles on their own without anybody anybody's intervention. That should be the habit that any organization should develop.
Very well said, Alok. The role of a leader is to get the work done without actually to move the strings. So, lastly, I have a very important question for you. I would like you to give away audience three top reasons on why they should hop up and come on the journey of Toastmasters with us.
Yeah. I think that is the easiest question of all the five questions you asked. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first reason of joining a Toastmaster for anybody who is especially looking to grow in their career is to have a social hobby. Now, it's obvious that we all must have a hobby. We must be somebody beyond our work. But having a social hobby has a better impact. Now, as a social hobby, you can do good for childrens. You can do good for old people. You can do for poor people. You can be part of UNICEF. There are many options. But I feel the easiest and the most recognized social hobby is Toastmaster, because your executive know about Toastmaster, your VPs know about Toastmaster, your director know about your about the Toastmasters. So if your social hobby is Toastmaster, you get more recognized. They know, they have a different impression of you. They feel like, okay, you are a Toastmaster, so you can speak. You can speak in gathering. You can host an event. So that kind of confidence, e- the Toastmaster provide, not the members, because there had been good members who had been Toastmaster, they had been good speaker, they had hosted very well. So people know that, okay, Toastmaster is a stage or a forum that does this to people. Second, I would say is Toastmaster provide a practical solution to public speaking. There are not a lot of books. There are some study materials, which is up to you to avoid or to go through it. But the biggest part is from the day one, whether you join as a guest, there is a practical stage for you to just go on and practice your skill. You will start keep learning. Eventually you will have evaluation. People will point out that these are the things that are missing. You'll get time to work on it, but it will all be practical experience. So, and I've seen that whatever it's practical uh, attracts people. They are more willing to do it. So that one aspect. Lastly, I would say that Toastmaster is also a forum to meet interesting people. We are all social creature. We have a knack of sharing ourselves. So for example, maybe I've read some book and I want to share it with somebody. I want to join swimming, or I'm good at swimming, I want to share it with somebody else. So how do I find people? It's not possible always that we have such kind of people in our circle. It's actually rarely possible. It rarely happens. So Toastmaster provide a forum where you can meet a lot of interesting people. You can meet people who thinks differently than you. That is also a point of attraction. There you'll meet people who does things same as you. That is also a point of attraction. So it provides a forum where you meet interesting people that you cannot meet otherwise. So I think those are three big reasons to join Toastmaster. There can be many. I mean, it will make you a better public speaker. It will give you confidence. It will give you an environment where you can speak without uh, feeling that you're being judged. That I already covered. So yeah, I like I said, it's a easy question.
So thank you, Alok, for sharing your thoughts on this. I completely do agree that, theory without practice is meaningless. And I do agree that Toastmasters is already a reputed community where you can communicate and diversify your network and also understand various perspectives from different people from different walks of life, which, like you rightly said, we wouldn't find otherwise. And I think without Toastmasters, I wouldn't have found someone like you otherwise. So I'm really happy that I got a chance to meet you and take this interview. Thank you so much, Alok. I hope to see you soon again in another meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepika. Happy to be part of it.